Welcome to Hub City Now with your host, Tyrone Tony Reed.
Hello and welcome to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. And today we have with us Mr. Eric S. Terrell. Is it Terrell? Terrell, who is the Senior Area Manager in Memphis of the Tennessee District Office of the United States Small Business Administration. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. Before I let you introduce yourself, I just wanted to let everyone know that I personally heard you at the Jackson-Madison County African American Chamber of Commerce's first West Tennessee Business Showcase and Economic Development Conference, which was in July. And you spoke on the panel there. You facilitated the panel, access to contracts and certifications, and you were very passionate. You were very energetic, and I was hoping that we would have 2 or 3 more days with you because you had so much information. And from listening to you talk, I could tell that you really wanted to help people, and especially in our community. How did you get involved with the United States Small Business Ministry? Well, actually, before we go into that, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, your family, and everything like that.
Well, my name is Eric Terrell. I was born and raised in Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
At the age of 17, I joined the United States Marine Corps. So I stayed in the Marine Corps from 1981 to 2002.
Okay.
After that, I started working for General Service Administration in 2003 up until January of this year, 2017.
Okay.
Latanya Channel, she's the director for the Small Business Administration District Office in Nashville. Mm-hmm. And she and I would talk often, and she had a vision that I liked about helping minority business owners.
Right.
And my background in government contracting, and I said, hey, if you ever need, somebody with my talent, let me know. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, a senior manager position came open, and I made a lateral move. Mm-hmm. And my focus was to help minority small business owners with federal contracting.
Right.
Because they don't have a clue what really goes on and how much money the federal government spends every year on stuff and services.
Mm-hmm. And they're specifically looking for small business.
Oh, absolutely. 85% of all businesses are small business owners for the federal government. They cater to small business. Mm-hmm. The problem, so many minority small business owners don't know that because the word hasn't gotten out to the western part of Tennessee. Right. As a marketing director with GSC, I had the state of Georgia, Tennessee, and Kentucky. So I had all the federal agencies, and I knew that. Right. But now working with the SBA, my focus is all small business owners, and of course, especially minority small business owners. Mm-hmm.
Now, how did you get into the government field? Is that something you always wanted to do? I mean, you went from the Marines right into government?
I did.
Okay.
Well, I took about a year off, and one of the ladies that I work with, she said, you need to work for the federal government. You're good at this. Right. And she convinced me to put in a resume, and I did, and they called me. It was like 20 candidates for this one position. Wow. And I ended up being the number one candidate out of Atlanta. And then I started to open stores for GSA and then started to market for them. Mm-hmm. And then I had worked on a special project for Kentucky at Fort Knox, moving the armor school to Fort Benning.
Oh, okay.
That's how I ended up in Louisville, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. So it's been good, but yeah, that's how I ended up with the federal government starting off. Wow.
So explain what the Small Business Administration is to us, to the listeners, to those who might not know.
In a nutshell, Small Business Administration was formed July 30th, 1953. Okay. The mission is to help Americans either start a business, build a business, or grow a business. Okay. And that's what we do. Mm-hmm. But I have a unique talent that working with General Service Administration, I see the full gamut now. Right. I mean, things that how the SBA and GSA work hand in hand. Mm-hmm. So it gives me more insight to help small business owners that I normally wouldn't have.
Right.
Especially with federal contracting and the 8A and hub zone programs that the SBA have for minority small business owners.
Mm-hmm. Now, with the minority business owners, what are the specifications for that? What are they looking for as far as minority business owners? Is that just you have categories for that?
When a small business owner comes in, minority small business owners,
mm-hmm.
of course they have their business. They know their business. They should know it.
Right.
And my job is to make sure that they know their business before, they get into this. Mm-hmm. The 8A program is a program that Congress set aside for socially disadvantaged business owners. Mm-hmm. It allows them to have set aside contracts with the federal government. It's a 9-year program. Mm-hmm. The first 4 years is developmental program, meaning that the SBA will take you on our wings and we'll help you grow your business through federal contracting.
Right.
The last 5 years is transitional, meaning that we'll help you grow out of the program and be successful on your own. And then the other one is hub zone, historically unutilized business zone. Normally you see small business owners, minority business owners in poor communities.
Right.
Well, this programs allow them to be at the top when it comes to federal contracting. Mm-hmm. So these are special set-asides that Congress put in place, and nobody can take those out but Congress.
Wow. So
my job is to educate them on that. And then the caveat is show them and help them get a GSA schedule. You get people charging $100,000, $50,000 to do all this, and I do it for free all day, every day.
Right. Wow. Let's see. Trying to think. There's so much I want to ask you.
Just take your time.
Let's talk about the panel that you facilitated at the conference, access to contracts and certifications. One of the things that you spoke about was how upset you were that there were so many opportunities out there that no one was taking advantage of, and that there was just being money lost. Care to elaborate about that?
Absolutely. There's a misconception with the minority business owners that they can't do business with the federal government. Mm-hmm. The federal government spends billions upon billions on stuff every year. Mm-hmm. And minority business owners are needed for that. Right. But they don't know how to navigate the system, or they think it's too hard, or they think their business or their services is not needed. Mm-hmm. That's untrue. Right. I've seen this a million times. And my job is to educate them and say, you know what, your business is good or even better than other businesses. Right. You just need somebody to guide you and teach you the language of federal government contracting. And that's why I come in. I get so upset that minority business owners don't even tap into that. Right. They think they have to, get these, which nothing wrong with small jobs, but when you got federal agencies nationwide that spend billions
of dollars
looking for your company, that, hey, you have a cleaning service, okay, yours is just as good as any other. You just don't know how to get to those federal contracts. And my job is to navigate and show you and teach you the language of government contracting.
Right. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk more with Eric Terrell, who is the Senior Area Manager in Memphis with the Tennessee District Office of the United States Small Business Administration. We'll be right back after these messages. District, welcome back to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., and we are again here with Eric S. Terrell, who is the Senior Area Manager in Memphis of the Tennessee District Office of the United States Small Business Administration. I just really want to thank you for being here with us today. It's really important, like you said, that there's money out there. There are people who have these great businesses and could have these government contracts and don't even know anything about it. What resources are available to them as far as what if I have a business, but I'm not sure if I fit into that group? What do I do next?
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm giving a seminar or an event the 31st of October and the the 1st of November.
Okay.
It's a 2-day event here in Jackson.
Oh, okay.
So we're working out the details with Florence Howard at the African American Chamber. These 2 days, we're going to talk about government contracting.
Okay.
And I'm going to go step by step how to register to get on federal contracting. Then specifically show you how to submit an application for the 8A program and the hub zone.
Okay.
So when you're ready to do business with the federal government, your information will be in the system.
Right.
How to contact me is area code 901-494-6906. I'm located at the Clark Tower. That's 5100 Poplar Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee, on the 17th floor, Suite 1701. One thing I like to say, if you're a minority small business owner, and if you want to grow your business and take it to the next level to where you can pass that on to your kids or grandchildren,
Right.
see me, because the government is not going anywhere.
Right.
And the money doesn't stop.
Right. And like you said, that money's been set aside.
That money is set aside for minority business owners. The 8A program is for African Americans, Asians, Native Americans, and others. So that's a set aside for us that we don't even take advantage of.
Right.
Can white small business owners apply? Absolutely, but there's extra steps for them.
Right.
But these programs are set aside for us.
And you also have, there's also a category for women. Is it women and disabled?
African American women are the hottest thing going right now.
Really?
Federal government. Oh yeah,
good.
I have maybe 30 to 40 I'm working with right now.
Wow.
And they're serious about that. They're taking advantage of the programs where it's a process, and they understand that. But I can assure you, the women that I'm helping, they're gonna be very successful because they take it seriously, and I take it seriously.
Right. So, just hypothetically, let's say I say, okay, I got a business, and I'm ready. I'm ready to jump in. What do I need to do?
Believe it or not, you make an appointment to see me.
Okay.
And I love to write, and I just ask you about yourself, about your business. Believe it or not, so many people have 15 things rolled into one and consider that a business. And my job is to pull out those things that are not important.
Right.
My job is to say, hey, this is your bread and butter. All this other stuff is just fluff.
Right.
To get you focusing on your target business. And lo and behold, see, Eric, that's it. And then we start to market your business. Then I start to say, okay, this is where I want you to be, and these are your target accounts. This is where I want you to be a year from now.
Right.
And my job is to teach you the government contracting language, because it's not everyday language you'll hear.
Right.
My biggest challenge is having people do what I ask them to do and stay committed to it. Because people come in and say, man, I want to make $1 million tomorrow. I said, well, good luck with that.
Right.
Go out there and play the lottery.
Right.
But if you want to have a successful business to where you can grow it or even sell it 2 or 3 years down the road, it does happen.
Right.
People make millions of dollars selling stuff and services to the federal government.
Wow.
And they're good at it. And they start just like new business owners. They have to start at the starting line and grow their business.
Right. So, and before they even come to you, I believe you all talked about development centers.
Yes.
Tennessee Small Business
Development Centers. We have one in Memphis. You have one here. Their job is to go over business plans, capability statements, QuickBooks, anything you need like that. I can go over it, but I'm only one person.
Right.
Their job is to tweak what you have and make it better. And then when you come to me, I'll look at it, say this is good. But that's their job, is to get. And here's the beauty of that: all this stuff is free.
Right.
You don't have to go out and reinvent the wheel. You don't have to pay anybody.
Right. And
And I get upset because they're not being utilized.
That's right.
And people would rather go out and spend $600-$700, thousands, and we do it for free every day. And we tell them, you can take that money and reinvest it into your business
Right.
or some equipment that you have.
Right. Exactly. So, and I believe ours is at Jackson State Community College, because I'm looking at one right now, a guide to developing your business plan, and I mean it's step by step. They take you through everything.
It's so much information, and the beauty about what I do, I go live. In other words, I take you to where the contracts are in the system. I let you see what I see, and show you, hey, this is where you're going to be on this list. The process, and it is a process.
Right.
It's not a long process. People make it long because they don't want to do their due diligence to get it. And I tell small business owners, it's not my business, it's yours. Help me grow your business. That way you can pass that on.
Right.
And I hate to say this, but I'm honest. Some minority business owners, they don't want to do any other work. But you have to do your work and be serious about your business.
That's right. That's right. Well, give us your contact information again, and tell people where they can go online to find out more information about the Small Business Administration. My
contact information is eric.terrell, that's Terrell, at SBA.gov. If you want to know more about the SBA, go to www.sba.gov. My address is, I'm at the Clark Tower, 5100 Poplar Avenue, Suite 1701 on the 17th floor, and that's in Memphis. My phone number is area code 901-494-6906. Leave a message. I check my message daily, and I will contact you back.
All right. And for anybody who's not in the Tennessee area, if you still looking for information, go to SBA.gov and find out more from your local area, because it's here. The money's here. The contracts are here. Especially if you're a minority group, they're set aside. The money. I mean, it's available if you want to grow your business and leave a legacy. The time is now. But thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we hope to have you back. And as soon as you all get that conference, let us know.
Absolutely.
And we will put it on Hub City's Facebook page. And please come out. Is it free?
Oh, it's free.
It's free. It's free. So start utilizing these free resources, and we'll be right back after this break. Hello and welcome back to Hub City Now. I'm your host, Tyrone Tony Reed Jr., and now we're in our new segment of the show, and we are talking about what you can find in the latest issue of the Crime Scene Examiner News. One of the highlights is the Publisher's Point by CEO and publisher Bill Marable, who's talking about the healthcare fight. One of his quotes in his Publisher's Point goes like this: "Now is the time for everyone with something to lose in this healthcare fight to come together and vote their interests. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you that common interest should not be defined by race, because in reality, it is not." So go get your copy of the Crime Scene Examiner News to find out more about what Mr. Marable had to say about the healthcare fight. There's also a Tennessee Republican Party Chairman Scott Golden released a statement regarding Senator Bob Corker's announcement not to seek re-election. Part of that says that Tennessee has been blessed with great leaders, and that has held true in recent years. As such, he's confident that whoever the party chooses, whoever the party's voters nominate next year will win in November and continue the legacy of strong, principled Republican leadership that the United States Senate has seen from Tennessee. So check out more of that statement in the paper. You can also read about Congressman Bob Clement, who is going to be discussing his book, Presidents, Kings, and Convicts, and the current political climate, and he's going to be sharing that at the Jackson, Tennessee libraries. He will be speaking at the North Branch Library on Tuesday, October 3rd at 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. And that's located at 8 Stonebridge Boulevard in Jackson, Tennessee. He'll also be speaking at the main library from 3:30 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. And also he'll be visiting the Old Country Store for a book signing tour, which will be on Wednesday, October 4th from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the Old Country Store with downtown Ricky Brown and owner Clark Shaw. The public is welcome to come by and get their personal autographed copy of his new book. And he will also be, and there'll be other opportunities to speak with him and talk with him. There's also a column about Trump attacking the NFL players, especially the black athletes, and what we can do, what we as the community can do about that. There's so much you can learn about locally here in our city, and also just around the world by getting your copy of the Crime Scene Examiner News. Also on the front page, you'll see the mug shots. You'll also be able to read about Shaquille O'Neal being in Humboldt. He was in this area speaking in the gala in Jackson, but he also took time to visit the Boys and Girls Club and play basketball with some of the kids there. You'll also get to read an article about two people who were found dead in a Milan shooting. It says the police are investigating the deadly double shooting in Milan, and police said they received a call about the shooting just before 9:30 p.m. on Tuesday. Upon arrival, police say they found two men on the ground in the Meadows apartment complex. Police says one was pronounced dead at the scene, and the other was taken to the ER where he was pronounced dead. So you can find out more information about that. And just be sure to keep on top of the news, find out what's going on. You can get your copy of the Crime Scene all over the West Tennessee area. You can go to www.capital So that's www.csnewsnow.com. You can also visit the Crime Scene Examiner News office at 620 Old Hickory Boulevard, Suite 337. You can also call if you have any tips or want to submit a picture or a special event or any other news announcements to 731-300-5047. That's 731-300-5047. So thank you so much for tuning in to Hub City Now. I really appreciate you all taking the time out of your day. May God bless you with a wonderful week. Also, if you are a minority business owner, if you're a small business owner, find out more information on how you can get some free resources, some free information that you can use for the rest of your life and pass on to future generations by going to www.sba.gov. And if you live in Tennessee, you can go to www.sba.gov/Tennessee. So make sure you check that out. Share this show with others by going to YouTube. We have a YouTube channel, Hub City Now with Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. You can find past interviews. You can find out more information about events that are coming up. Thank you all so much, and you all have a wonderful and blessed week.